Power, power, clock, correct, time, time for the big boss with the hot sauce. You see, that's me. I am the Geator with the heater, being on the record. I play the single, rotten, bop, and chip.
Once again, let me say greetings and salutations to the entire population of this here fantastic nation. My name is the Geator, the big boss with the big hot sauce, Jerry Blavat, and you're on the air with Connie Francis, Dionne Warwick, Bobby Darin, and the Fantastic Supremes. And to kick it off, let me take you back to the year 1965 with the Geator Gold Dancers and the fabulous Supremes.
All day long I hear my telephone ring, friends calling, giving their advice. From the boy I love, I should break away, 'cause heartache he'll bring one day. I listened once to my friend's advice, but it's not gonna happen twice. 'Cause all advice ever got me was many long and sleepless nights. But now he's back in my arms again, right by my side. I got him back in my arms again, so satisfied. It's easy for friends to say let him go, when I'm the one who needs him so. It's his love that makes me strong. Without him, I can't go on. This time I live my life at ease, being happy, lonely, whom I please. Each time we make romance, I'll be thankful for the second chance.
Ah, what a great composition. Of course, it's Holland Dozier and Holland. They do all of the great things for the Supremes. There's Mary Wilson. There's Florence Ballard and Diana Ross. They will stay together until 1969, and then they break up. Diana Ross will go on her own and become a superstar.
Can Mary tell me what to do when she lost her love so true? And Flo, she don't know, 'cause the boy she loves is a Romeo. I listened once to my friend's advice, but it's not gonna happen twice. 'Cause all advice ever got me was many long and sleepless
If you love music, you're going to love On the Air. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little break right now, away from the Geator Gold Dancers and the Supremes. But when we come back, it's a salute to the fantastic, talented young lady out of Jersey. I'm talking about Connie Francis.
follow the boys wherever they go. I'll follow the boys, 'cause in my heart I know that somewhere along the way, I'll find my love, my own true love, someday. There'll be no place too far, no ocean too wide. Wherever he goes, I'll be right by his side.
What a wonderful sound. Conchetta Rosa Maria Francinero. Her real name, that's it. May I introduce you to Connie Francis.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Connie. Connie, it is a pleasure to have you on the show for our people out there who are watching on the air. Connie, I got to ask you this question because you have been doing it so long. How old were you? How did you first get involved in show business?
Well, my father loved music, and my father had this broken-down concertina that his father had brought with him from Italy in 1905. And I used to listen to him play on this out-of-tune concertina every night, and I was inspired to gravitate to music.
Mm-hmm. But where did this wonderful Connie Francis sound come from?
It was natural. I never took any singing lessons. I just took accordion lessons because all Italian girls who had an Italian father who was living took accordion lessons.
See, folks, you have to take an accordion lesson to be able to sing like Connie Francis. Connie, how old were you when you make your first record?
I was 14 when I first started making demonstration records, demos for publishers, and 17 when I had my first contract.
Your first major TV show, if I remember, was that Arthur Guthrie?
No, the first major show was the Ted Mack Amateur Hour.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. 1958, you record Who's Sorry Now. It is a big hit in the 20s. It's on the MGM label when you record it. But whose idea is it for you to go into the studio and re-record this old classic?
My father's. And for a year and a half, he tried to get me to record Who's Sorry Now. And I said, when was that thing written again? 1923? Did people write songs in 1923? Did they know how to write their names in 1923? No way, the kids will laugh me off Bandstand. He said, if you don't record this song, dummy, the only way you'll get on Bandstand is if you sit on top of the TV set.
I like that. A gigantic hit, though, my love. Frankie, Stupid Cupid, then Lipstick on Your Collar. Did Neil Sedaka write that for you?
Neil didn't write Lipstick on Your Collar, but he did write Where the Boys Are, and he wrote Frankie, and he wrote Stupid Cupid, and Breaking in a Brand New Broken Heart, and many other hits that I had.
Yeah, those were wonderful songs, Connie. Now, at 18, you are a major international star. How does that change your life?
Dramatically. In 1 year, there were parties for me on the roof of the St. Regis Hotel. I flew to London twice to appear at the Palladium. It was a whirlwind year. And at the end of the year, I'd earned my first $1 million. And so that really was, and especially in those days, and that was quite a long time ago, that was really, my whole life changed. It was like a Cinderella world.
That's sensational. Now you're international, you're all over the world, and in the early part of the 60s, you do Where the Boys Are, the motion picture. How does that come to be?
Well, Joe Pasternak, the producer, came to see me appearing in Los Angeles, and there was a book that was in the top 10 called Where the Boys Are, and about Fort Lauderdale, Florida being a mecca for spring break vacationers. And my father didn't want me to do it, which was one of the reasons I wanted to do it. My father thought the film was too racy because there was a girl in a motel, and Yvette Mimieux was in a motel, and the last scene was a boy, and that was too racy, and I couldn't do it. And that's why I wanted to do it. In addition to that, Joe Pasternak, I had learned, had just received an award for Love Me or Leave Me with Doris Day, which was one of my favorite movies, and I learned that he had discovered people like Judy Garland and Elizabeth Taylor and Jane Powell and Katherine Grayson and Diana Durbin, and I said, wow, you know, this is great. Okay, I'll do it.
Angie, just for safe, in case you ever meet my folks, I spent spring vacation at your house, right? In Chicago, every second. What if I run into your folks? Where were you? Who cares? That's the nice part about being captain of the girls' hockey team. Your parents know you're safe.
Where the Boys Are. Talking with Connie Francis. Connie, Bobby Darin was a dear, dear friend of yours. Do you think that he was the first superstar that was able to cross over from rock and roll and make it big into the pop world?
Well, that was Bobby Darin. Bobby wanted to record Mac the Knife. I remember the day that Bobby told Dick Clark he was going to record Mac the Knife, and Dick said, how can I play it on Bandstand? Forget about it. And I told Dick that I was going to release Mama as a single, and Dick said, forget it. How can I play it on Bandstand? Forget about it.
You know that shark bites with his teeth, dear. Scarlet billows start to spread, but fancy gloves, though, where's old Maggie Heath? So there's never a trace of red on the sidewalk. Ooh, Sunday morning, lives of by day, just oozing life. And someone's sneaking round the corner. Could that someone be Mac the Knife? There's a tugboat down by the river, don't you know, where a cement bag just drooping on down. Oh, that cement is for just for the weight there. Five will get you 10 old Mackies back in town. Now you hear about Louis Miller, he disappeared, babe, after drawing out all of his hard-earned cash. And now Maggie's spinning just like a sailor. Could it be our boy's done Southern Ranch? Is it Java? Yeah. Whoa, Geator. Look out to this Lotto Linda, not to mention old Lucy Brown. Oh, that line forms on the right, babe. Now that Maggie's back in town. One more, one. That's it, Jenny Diver. Sugie Tawdry. Look out, old Lotto Linda and Miss Lucy Brown. Yes, sir, that line forms on the right, babe. Now that Maggie's back in town.
You're back with yours truly, the Geator, on the air, and we're talking with the fabulous Connie Francis. Connie, what's next for you, my love?
I want to do a special in Italy. I want to see my life story done.
Why didn't you write a book?
I did write a book. I wrote my autobiography, and I've written part of the screenplay as well.
Who would you like to see play Connie Francis?
I'd like to see Michelle Pfeiffer play me.
Hey, that's a great choice. Connie, through all of the years, what has kept you just constantly going at the pace that you go?
Good family and good friends, people who stayed by me when there were no opening nights.
Yeah. Do you have any regrets?
A ton of them. We've all made, I know I've made gigantic mistakes in my life. I would like to change, but you can't think about that. You can't think about even 5 minutes ago, because 5 minutes ago was over. And so you always have to look forward.
I think that's absolutely true, my love. Connie, when are you at your happiest?
On stage, singing, or when I'm with my son.
He's a terrific little guy. I remember him when he was a little kid. He's 17 years old. Connie, through all of the ups and downs that performers have in this business, and I know that you will agree you've had many, but do you feel that there has been a guiding force that has always been there to keep Connie Francis whole?
You have to believe in a super being, and things don't happen by accident. I firmly believe that, and there's a reason for everything that happens.
Connie, thank you very much. You are not only a superstar, but you are definitely just a warm and wonderful human being, and I love you.
Thank you, Jerry. Thanks for calling.
Connie Francis, the very best. Let me take you now to the year 1966. In Philadelphia, a young girl by the name of Tammi Montgomery records for the Motown folks. They change her name, and you know her as Tammi Terrell. I present to you our Geator, Gold Dancers, doing a little bit of a cha-cha. Does that name ring a bell to you? Well, Harvey Kugler used to be the lead singer with the Moonglows, but later on in his career, he winds up writing and producing for the folks at Motown. Let me now take you to the year 1966. There's a young girl who's singing backup with her sister Dionne Warwick for the folks at Scepter Records. But in 1966, she's a bona fide star on her own. I would like to present to you right now the lovely lady, Miss Dionne Warwick.
Do you know the way to San Jose? I've been away so long, I may go wrong and lose my way. Do you know the way to San Jose? I'm going back to find some peace of mind in San Jose. LA is a great big freeway. Put 100 down and buy a car. In a week, maybe two, they'll make you a star. Weeks turn into years, how quick they pass. And all the stars that never were are parking cars and pumping gas. You can really breathe in San Jose. They've got a lot of space. There'll be a place where I can stay. I was born and raised in San Jose. I'm going back to find some peace of mind in San Jose.
Yeah, 1966. Do you have a record called Beauty's Only Skin Deep? Well, it's by The Temptations. It was written by Smokey Robinson. But if you've got that record, I want you to do what I have just done. I just flipped it on over, and I'm playing for you so you can see the Geator Gold dancers do their thing the other side. It's called You're Just an Ordinary Girl.
You ain't got no heart, you can sing a song so sweet. You ain't got no gold and silver on your beauty. Oh, but to me you're an angel. To me you're an angel. You're not an ordinary girl because you're an angel.
Motown Brass with y'all to the Geator. It is written, by the way, by every member of the Miracles. And of course, when you talk about the Geator Gold dancers, they're doing a little bit two-step cha-cha. Excitement. You talk about dancing, you talk about the best guest stars in America, you talk about what you've seen on the air with y'all to the Geator. I'd like to thank Connie Francis, a great clip with Mr. Bobby Darin, and of course Dionne Warwick, the Supremes, the Geator Gold dancers, but more important, you people. Remember, no matter where you are, we're on the air. When you talk about the 50s, the 60s, or the 70s, you talk about it right here on the air with the Geator. But guess what? I've got to go. As all good things must come to an end, that's it. So must this show. But until we do it again, remember, at all times, you keep on rocking, because you're going to find out you really only rock once.